Big up 10 Star and Empress Mango. Let it go. Big Mojo.
Big up 10 Star and Empress Mango, together presenting the best in music. That's why the world loves them so much. Big up 10 Star and Empress Mango, baby, have some mercy, please. Don't leave me, baby, on bending knees. Oh, please, mercy, 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 please, have mercy on me. Mercy, 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 please, have mercy on me.
10 Star General and Sharon Mango, bringing us live conversation shows. SPRB Radio Podcast, raising awareness so we can know. We want to know what's going on. Know through word, power and song. We want to know things in our community. SPRB Radio Show. Enough respect from Amanda J. Christos to 10 Star General and Sister Mango.
All I can say is, Sly, welcome to the SPRB radio family. You are family.
I say, welcome. You are part of this family.
Keep it locked. Coming up next, your host, 10 Star General and Sharon Mango.
Greetings, one and all. We are back here today, being the what is today, Sharon? My head not so good today.
Today is, good afternoon, people. Today is the 9th of May, 2026. We are live and direct. Trying to get myself together now. Yes, man. So, 10 Star, where you gone? Wow.
Yes, I'm here. Sorry.
Yes, sir.
Today we have a phenomenal guest. He's one of the foundation roots dancehall artists within our industry. He's done such a lot of great works. He's a phenomenal human being, and it's an absolute pleasure to have him on the show today. So while we bring him up, this is the phenomenal Papa Biggy.
Yeah, man, greetings.
How you doing, sir?
Yeah, man, good, great. You know, I have to give the Father thanks, you know, because for every rising, we have to give thanks, you know.
Yeah.
Definitely have to give thanks every rising. I'm great, you know, and, you know, giving thanks, as I said, you know, and I want to say a special shout out to each and everyone out there who is locked in and locked in right now. All the people out there in Radio Land, all the people out there on the internet, you know, all the people out there on social media who is watching and listening to this interview right now, you know, as we're about to begin, we have to give the Father thanks.
Amen.
Amen.
We're going to just do a couple of technicalities right now. So while we play a video, I'm going to take you back in time with Papa Biggy. But in the meantime, Papa Biggy, go into your messenger and add me as a friend on SPRB. All right?
All right.
So, ladies and gents, we are going to play this video, which takes Papa Biggy way back in time. All right. As we said, he's one of the foundation artists within our industry. And I'm going to play this video for you so that you can see what we are talking about. Take a look at this. Bear with me a second.
Make a time.
Give me the answer the fast. It's a black people thing, and black people in the tune of the year now. Yeah. All who proud to be black on the whole up on the hand, whoa. All who proud to be black on the whole up on the hand. You know why? Exploitation of black people that must have been stopped. I man say so. Exploitation of black people that must have been stopped. That's why I say so. And the Martin Luther King when them fling gunshot. Think Garvey in a prison for make him quiet. And catch Bob Marley in a medical trap. But man the White House we are gonna launch an attack. Bill Clinton get a kick, him wife get a back. Show them out at the White House and paint it black. Now the House of Congress you want a black diplomat. From 42nd Street with all Santa Ku Klux Klan. Enough gunshot exploitation of black people that must have been stopped. I'm on so
SPRB Radio Podcast.
Of black people that must have been stopped. I'm on so
Papa Biggie, that must
I don't know the technical. I don't know if we do this thing technical, you know, may I try, but I don't know. But guess what? I'm gonna have to just make my fans join me live from my, Facebook, But I don't know the technical side of things. I'm gonna have to get more technical. What do you call it? Technical savvy.
Technologically savvy.
I'm gonna get more computer savvy, Sorry about breaking transmission, my fans, But I was trying to add SPRB radio podcast, SPRB radio podcast to the live, but I'm not technically savvy that way, and the person to help me is not here to do that right now. So guess what? I have to work with the have-nows, but as long as you all can hear what I'm saying and hear what the moderator is saying, then that's great. All right? So you will see me, but you won't be able to see the moderators unless they, send it to my page. I don't know even to deal with it. So guess what? We have to move on. I guess I come from the old type days. Anyway, 10-star General and Sister Mango, enough respect.
Yes, blessings, King. Blessings, blessings, blessings. It's a pleasure to have you here with us today. We're going to get in it real soon. As Tensal said, we're going to take you way back from where it all started.
Way back.
Listen, we are here to give you your flowers, okay?
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
There's a lot of us put in the work, and over the years, people don't recognize it, and that's why I have a song called Roots to Youths. Where as a new generation, I respect the youths, but a tree can't survive without the roots,
Right.
Absolutely.
Right, Tensal.
Before we begin, let's just acknowledge some of the people who sent messages so far. Let's have a look at this one. Good morning, all, from Derek Rose.
Derek Rose,
We have
7407.
DJ Maestro.
Maestro in the house, DJ Maestro.
Also, we have Charmaine. Now, Charmaine is responsible for us having this conversation with Papa Biggie. That's my friend from way back when. Charmaine Smith, bless up yourself.
Bless up yourself, Charmaine Smith. Thank you so much.
All right. So we also have Keisha, the super duper, out to New York.
Happy
Keisha
Sabbath,
Martin.
Queen. Super
Bless
duper
yourself.
for real. Super duper Keisha Martin.
Foundation is
groundation. Yes.
That's right.
Uh-huh.
I want to bless up anybody else whom we cannot see on the outside. We have some people on Facebook and various other places. Chris Hills, I see you. Bless up yourself. And anybody else on the outside, bless up yourself. Today we're going to have a conversation with Papa Biggie. His history is long. And we're going to give him the opportunity to share with us this magnificent journey.
Mm-hmm.
So, Sharon, take him back.
Well, Papa Biggie, again, thank you so much for being here. We want to start out with where Papa Biggie come from. Where you come from? Like, where
okay.
you come from?
When people ask me that question, sometimes we give them a two-part series because I'm actually from West Kingston, Jamaica. Born and bred. I'm a West Kingston baby.
Mm-hmm.
But then at one point, I went to live in St. Ann with my grandmother, and I went to high school there. I was boarded out at high school, and I was also living at the same time with my grandmother in St. Ann. So now look at this chick called Castle Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, look at this chick called Castle Kelly. Oh,
Yeah.
you're Sentan baby? You're Sentan baby?
Well, in between, I was there, I lived there, but that's where my family's from. It's Saint Anne. Saint
Okay,
Anne
nice,
all
nice.
the way. Yes.
Well, I was actually born in Denham Town.
I've heard of
Yeah,
Denham Town.
Denham Town, and I've lived between Denham Town, Tivoli Gardens, and Sentan. You know, at one point, I had lived. My father had went to live in Trenchtown, so I was living in Trenchtown when I was very young, for a little while, and that's how I ended up going to Trenchtown Primary School. You know,
Yes.
That's my first school. Well, Miss Reed School up a Greenwich Road, and then Trenchtown Primary. But basically, my roots is West Kingston in general, which is the whole Denham Town area, Tivoli Garden area. That's where my roots is. And then by extension, Sentan, you know, Blackstone, and even Guysill, that whole area, because that section of Sentan is right next. The main town is Guysill, but Guysill is not in Sentan. Guysill is in St. Catherine, shared by St. Catherine and St. Mary.
Yes.
So, yeah.
That's where you were born. So tell us about your home life, school, mom, dad. Tell us about your life.
Okay, well, my mother actually migrated to Canada when I was just a little baby, literally. And then my father in the early 70s, to be actually mid-70s, should say, not early, mid-70s, my father migrated to the US, you know. So I ended up living with my grandmother. My grandmother is actually who I look to at my rock. Even for tomorrow, for Mother's Day, my grandmother is actually the person who I would say give her flowers, because although my mother birthed me, I have to respect my mother for that. I have a lot of respect for my mother, but my grandmother was the one who ultimately played the part of mother and father in my life. And a lot of grandmothers don't get them flowers. A lot of people talk about mama. But what I'm telling mama pack up and go on a foreign, and a granny have to hold down the base.
Is that?
A whole lot of granny there in Jamaica, we have to hold it, you know.
Yes. True.
Yeah, man. I have one of those grandmothers that she was my best friend, so to speak. Somebody who didn't stop to give knowledge to me, and basically pass on knowledge to me. You know, one of the things that my grandmother was integral in doing, and that I really respected from her, she taught me a lot about Marcus Garvey. She taught me about being myself as a human and my self-worth, you know.
Yes.
Especially as a black person, you know. She always said to me, never be afraid to refer to yourself as black, because that's who we truly are. Yeah.
God bless her. God bless her. And grandmother's still alive, right?
No, she passed in 2000 now.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
She passed about 26 years ago. So, you know, actually, April last month, like 26 years fully, you know. But the thing about it is that although she passed on, she had left so much knowledge with me that she still come as if she's still alive, because she lived it through me and through her grandchildren and through her children who's still alive.
So you have brothers and sisters? Are you the eldest?
Well, I have living 4 brothers, and I have 4 brothers and 1 sister.
What? One sister?
They're all alive. They're all alive.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So again, we're gonna go into. You said that your grandmother was the force in your life, mother and father to you, right? So tell me about growing up in the home. She taught you, but did you go to church? Was she a church lady? You got to
man. My grandmother was one of them call them revivalists. Them call them rapid church revivalists.
Yeah.
So my grandmother was one of the people who was integral in the life of even Siaga. You know, West Kingston, when him start visit West Kingston, because a lot of people didn't know that Siaga was coming to West Kingston from he was a young man going to Wolmer's High School, and had friends in West Kingston before he even came back to America and go to Harvard here.
Okay.
I'm talking about when he was a young man, because a lot of people don't know that he used to visit the ghetto from he was young. So that's why it was so easy to come back and entrench himself into West Kingston.
Okay.
Yeah, because he was born basically in Massachusetts, came back to Jamaica as a kid, grew in Jamaica, living at the ghetto, eat all of the, his favorite thing was to eat the food that them call poor people food. Like the tripe and bean, the fish. That was on a love food. And things like those, you know. So a lot of people thought that when he come back to us and then find out about him, a lot of people thought that he was just coming straight from America to Jamaica. Okay. What they didn't know that his mother, Ernani Maxwell, was from St. Elizabeth. She was a Jamaican woman. Yeah. His father is not Syrian. His father is Lebanese. Well, a lot of people say I'm Syrian, but he's not a Syrian name family, but Lebanese.
That's true. They did say, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that is true. Wow.
Yeah, them say that. So my grandmother was one of those people who was from the Bustamante era, and from as a kid, when Marcus Garvey came back to Jamaica, he had a dance troupe with little girls that dance and stuff. He was building that where he had this little dance troupe thing, and my grandmother was one of those young kid at about, was 13 years old. But my grandmother had pictures with her and Marcus Garvey.
Wow.
You know, then she had pictures with she and Bustamante, then she had pictures with Siaga. So I grew up seeing all these people from different, basically, demographics, so to speak. You know, you have Marcus Garvey, who is a freedom fighter. You have Siaga, who is a capitalist. You have Bustamante, who is a capitalist and a politician and an industrial trade unionist at the same time. So I grew up with my grandmother partaking and teaching me about these people and the knowledge of these people and what part they play and what role, because whether good or bad, everybody have a role to play in life. And you can either be a blessing or a lesson.
Yeah.
You know, so it's depending on what we take from it as a people. You understand me? Michael Manley is the same thing. You name it, whatever leaders. You understand me? So my grandmother, actually, she was one of those people through the church, you know, to get involved with the politicians. Because politicians always try to draw people from places where they know they have a crowd that follow them so that they can get their vote. That's how politicians work. No matter where you are in life, that's how a politician work. Anyway, because that's what keep them in power. Now, the church part of it, my grandmother did not force church upon me. So I've never been baptized, but I strongly believe in God. And I believe in that superior being, you know, and he's my guiding light, you know. And until anybody can prove differently to me, the thing is that I'm not religious, I'm spiritual. So I believe in God. But what I see a lot of these pastors stand for nowadays, I cannot stand for it. Because the Bible gives us certain guidelines. I don't know a pastor can get up and tell me say wrong. And him a preach on the same Bible, but him want to believe the part of the Bible him a preach, but the other part of the Bible, him no want to watch that or say nothing about that. Because even right now, I'm in America right now, and you have when I hear a pastor get up and say believe in a love, but at the same time, him, what do you call it now, him sideline himself with people who believe in a hatred, that means who believe in a racism and them thing there. They can't tell us that the same God we are talking about or the same Bible was inspired by the same God or the same leaders back then. No. So that's why religion, I draw my line when it comes to religion and more believe in spirituality and humanity. Because to me, the Bible, if the Bible said, Sister Shamian, big up yourself, enough love, Billy Lightning, no disrespect, unruly boss. Anyway, what really happened is that my thing is, I personally believe that the Bible said, where there's God, there's love, and where there's love, there's God. And if you know God, you know that love, and if you know that love, you know that God. So I personally believe God is love that comes through us from a superior being. And if we can't love each other, that means we can't truly say we love God.
Right. Absolutely. Love comes within.
That's right.
Yeah, man. So that's all with church. Now with school,
Yes,
I
school.
went to, my first school was Trenchtown Primary. Well, my first school was Reed School in a Trenchtown. Because my father had fell in love with this lady after my mother left Jamaica, and he went to live. The both of them went to live in Trenchtown. I guess that's where she was living. So he brought me and my brother there. Now, when he brought us there, I was in a situation where we were in a situation where we went to school with Miss Reed. That was the basic school on Greenwich Road. Then from there, he took I went to Trenchtown Primary School. One of the things my father never stopped in what you call indoctrinating in us that we were from Denham Town. No matter where we live in, say, remember, Denham Town you come from. So he always bring me to my grandmother, right? I Miss Esme, the one in Nelson Street. That's where I was born. You know, and Coronation Market. My grandmother was a peanut vendor inside the Coronation Market.
Right.
So he always bring me to the market, and I know all the people at the market. At the same time, we make sure I'm going to Tivoli. Those days appear Rasta. Most of the man them in Tivoli was Rasta man who my father linked with.
Right.
You know, so I bring me on the Rasta, but my father never smoke and he never drink alcohol. Just, I guess maybe that's where I got it from, because when I tell people I've never drink alcohol and smoking, I'm not a smoker, I'm not a drinker, and I'm not a gambler either. I gamble, but I gamble in life with people. I gamble and people say, okay, this person, I see the good in them at all time before I see the bad. I look for the good in people. I don't look for the bad. I don't look to point fingers. I look to see the best in people. And if every one of their flaws. So when I see the flaws, I don't condemn them for that. What I do, I try to talk to them and help them to see where they can do better. But I don't try to force nothing upon no one. Because I don't try to, force my beliefs. You know, on anyone. What I do, I said, as long as you're doing the things that don't hurt people, and those are some of the things that even myself, I point my finger first at myself, and I always tell people that I have more stripes or spots than a leopard, because I've made so much mistakes, and I look back on them and I say, come on, what was I thinking, you know? And how can I do it better? So what happens is that I make sure the mistakes I made last year, last week, yesterday, I try not to make them today or ever again. Not that I'm perfect, but I try my best not to make them. You know, some mistakes you make, you can go back and correct them, but at least you can go forward and do better. And that's my philosophy.
So let's get back to your school life. What did you want to become when you were
I went to Ferncourt High School with the intention of becoming a doctor.
Okay.
I wanted so bad to become a doctor. That was my main aim. And if anyone know me when we're going to school, let me tell you, I was at the top of my class every time, from primary school to high school. I was on top of my class. But then the fact that my father came here, my grandmother didn't have the finances to help me.
Right.
You know, music actually came in at a pivotal time when the lady I was boarding with, she was gonna leave to come abroad to America to live. My grandmother had met in a serious accident where she fell out of a vehicle near Flatbridge.
Oh wow.
And, the door flew open. My grandmother fell out of the vehicle and got hurt. What? So she had broken foot, she had damaged her jaw, her back, her hand, everything.
Oh Lord.
So when I went to the hospital and saw her, she was like plaster parts all over her and strung up, you know.
Right.
And she was at that point my backbone, because my father had come here, started the next family, and Jamaica had become secondary to him.
Right.
Okay.
So, yeah, you know, one of those father and them come. And my mother, after she left Jamaica, there was some disconnect between she and my father and my grandmother family, where I didn't meet my mother in person until I was a grown man. Actually, my mother had my videos watching me, you know, my shows, everything, knowing of me, everything, and not realizing I was her son.
Right.
Oh, wow.
So if I tell you that, then you must know that, all right, I've been to Canada. My mother lived in Canada, in Toronto. And her family, them, everybody come to my shows not knowing that that was my mother.
Wow. Wow.
So I've never really discussed it publicly before, but the truth is the truth. My mother know I love her, and I will never stop loving her. We have now, ever since we got back together years ago, you know, so we have developed back that relationship where, you know, things like those, I speak of it candidly, but to say have any animosity that my mother wasn't there, no, I will never do that. Because the greatest thing, she gave life to me.
Yeah.
And she could have had an abortion, she could have done anything.
Right.
But circumstances made we got separated. My father had me, my mother wasn't in the picture, she had migrated, and you know,
right,
things didn't work the way I would have wanted it as a young youth growing up. But as I said, my grandmother filled that gap.
Okay.
You know, so schooling, I went to Frankfurt High School, and you know, it was while at Frankfurt High School I actually developed the talent of doing music to a certain level.
Right. Let me just ask you a question, because when was the last time you set eyes on your mother before you were reunited with her? What age was you when you were separated from your mom?
All right. If I tell you that, then I'll lie to you because I couldn't remember it.
Right.
I could not remember it.
My next question to you would be, what impact did that have on you, or did your grandmother feel that void?
All right. My grandmother felt it to a certain level, but it also impacted me mentally in the sense of Cambusta, big up yourself, and Cornell. Yes, unruly boss. Anyway, the thing about the whole thing is that my grandmother, there's a void that even if our grandmother is there, emotionally, it can't fill the void of a biological parent. Because that biological parent, you eat from that umbilical cord until you get separated.
Right.
That from in the stomach. So my mother, emotionally, I remember that there were days when I used to go to primary school and I was living with my grandmother in the country. And my grandmother, things had reached an hard times where me and my little brother, because two of us at that time point, we had to go back home every day for lunch from school, and school was about roughly a mile away.
Right.
And we used to have to run. The road wasn't even paved properly, and we used to have to run back from the school. Now, me's a man who come from town, go live a country. Me used to road a town, pave and water in a pipe. Now, me have to go country, go carry water from my head. I enjoyed doing it though. That was the thing. Me end up love the bush. I love go, you know. Me and my friend them go pick banana, ripe banana for the tree. We pick the breadfruit, and we get the piece of saltfish, I will scrape it and put it for roast on the wood fire. And I did it in one of my songs, Hail My Brethren. Long time I go into the valley, go check Bongo George, and you know, and we say night say, full time we check my people, eat a jackfruit and 2 star apple, eat ripe banana from half of the bunch, 2 slices of pain, 2 slices of pine and cane for my lunch. Long time I don't go down the river and go dip in the water till me start shiver, you know. Gone are the days of my youth when I used to use the wood fire or spread fruit. All of those things are true. I did them. So what really happened by doing that and saying that, living that way, it made me grounded. Senton gave me, all right, Kingston gave me foundation, Senton gave me groundation. That it kept me grounded. Let me know what real life was like. It made me know if you catch grown itch on my toe. It made me know if you walk in a mud without shoes. You know, it made me know if you carry banana upon my head. You know, for how much distance. It made me know if you carry water on my head for how much distance. And things like those kept me humble. It humbled me. It let me see a different side of life. You know, me being a leader, I think Senton was the perfect getaway from Kingston, because then maybe I would have become something in Kingston. Because in truth and in fact, I've never said this publicly. the first time me ever get a handcuff for my hand, I get arrested at Trenchtown Primary School in a grade 3. You know why?
In grade 3.
Grade 3. I'm gonna tell you why. The police don't come that Blackberry truck come arrest me at school. So maybe if me to grow up fully in a town, I never gonna live a center, would I become near Zanzibar. I'm not what they call Zanzibar is a place in Africa, a nice place. I'm not talk about Zanzibar, but what really happened, I would have maybe become something that I shouldn't have become. And I'm gonna tell you why. How I got in trouble at Trenchtown Primary School was you have this youth where him come to school and he was like a terror. Him come to school and start rob everybody lunch money.
Right.
So him start tell everybody say you have to give him lunch money when they go to school at daytime. And me decide my mind say my lunch money, no boy not take it. Them days you know you spend 9 cents for your Pepsi and 10 cents for your patty and cocoa bread. So my lunch money was 20 cents. My father used to give me. No boy come to school and tell me, boy, want me give my 20 cents. You're mad. You're crazy. So me do some woman. Me take my father pen knife 4 times drunk here go school with me. Come decide no boy not take my lunch money. And the Friday him come for my lunch money and him end up in a university hospital. And them say my internal bleed now because they come with buckle with blood night come to school but the police come arrest me.
Wow.
Oh wow. I say the boy that take my lunch money. So I have to defend myself and I've grown that way all my life where me not get no beat down, kick down, box down, kick down in front of nobody. Me not run them joke there. So me grow rough, me grow serious and a lot of me go through my fair share fights. So when people hear me talk, them think so well, me a youth grow like soft and no, my thing different. And when you go, especially when you go live in a West Kingston, me go back to live in West Kingston, me have to live serious. And the good thing about it, me get the love of the people in a Tivoli Garden, Denham, you name it. In a Jamaica, you understand, whether it be Waterhouse, whether it be Trenchtown, whether it be Jungle, whether it be Outer East, Dunkirk, the whole of the man them, the top man them at the stream, them always have respect for me. Because I first show respect to them. So and the way I live my life, I show respect to them, so them respect me. And so to speak, the youth them, the elders, I respect them same way. Me no disrespect no youth, me no disrespect no elder. Whether be man, woman, no matter who it is, me no disrespect people in general.
And you've always been this way as a young kid growing up, right?
Yeah, man, I wear some and then hold on. You have one of the most notorious man wherever out of Jamaica ever touch this soil in America and and in Jamaica, the man of them called the Dance of all dance and the Dan of Dan. I have to call him name publicly. His wife, even Elise Kelly, said to me, she said to me, the lady have so much respect for you. She passed now, God bless her soul. Seeing where I never know Elise Kelly Noir. And Elise said to me that she said to her that Papa Biggy have so much respect and so much manners, so much respect. I don't know how my name come up, but Elise said to me, said she never knows the lady have so much love for me. Because the lady look at her and said, Papa Biggy have a lot of respect when it comes to talking to people and dealing with people. You know?
Yeah.
Right.
Elise said, she said to her that she realized that about me. Yeah, man. Not because you come, that's why my songs I know the street, but I want to live like thug.
Right.
I know the streets, but I don't live like a thug. Because I understand what thug life is. I've seen it from the inside. A lot of youth from here talk say, them a bad man and thug. And that's the reason I have a song coming out soon say, me and a bad man, so I know the bad man talk. And me and a gunman, so I know the gunman walk.
Right.
You understand? But you're the other side of the same song. But no pussycat, no the round, you have a lion, crocodile, and tiger. Serious adventure, no try jump the fence, you stay in your lane and not come in that trench.
We love that. Yes, lyrics, man, lyrics.
Yeah, man. So we're not the bad man talk, I would not chuck no badness, because that don't make no sense. Because if you check it out and be honest and think about it. My other thing, lose the feed. I'm gonna try to get back to it. Man. All right. Think about it. If you check back and in life, all the man who say them a bad man, who sell them out? Bad man. A bad man sell them out. All the man who say them a bad man sell them out, man. So me not going to do no badness and no bad man thing. That's not my thing. You know, my thing is I'm trying to make a difference that when I when I transition from this side of life, you understand me? I would have left a legacy where people can have respect for me.
Right.
Not that I'm perfect, but at least I try my best.
Yeah.
So how was so as you stated that however it started for you in school, how did you actually get involved with the music? Like what inspired you to pursue the music?
All right. What inspired me? I'm going to tell you what happened. I started, all right. My first inspiration, I have to talk where it started from, where I got that being intrigued before I physically put my hand on music. Mentally, my friend Philip, he was living in a place of Trenchtown that most people don't talk about. It's called Ghost Town. A place in Trenchtown, down the bottom of Trenchtown, they used to call it Ghost Town. I'm not sure if they still call it that now, but they used to call it Ghost Town. Anyway, while my friend was, his name was Philip, I used to go down there. His father used to be one of the man that we used to lick chalice with Bob Marley them. You know, lick chalice mean bun weed with them.
Oh,
His father was a Rasta man.
Yeah, I know.
His father was a Rasta. Yeah, what? His father was a Rasta. So his father being a Rasta, him always around Bob them. So that Bob Marley I'm talking. So instead of me going up at 14th Street where me live at the time, me and go down all the while in school over cause my stepmother, she the woman, she had the fear thing. She not really pay nothing of mine and my father they are foreign. So at the time, even before my father come abroad. So me used to go down there with Philip and watch them rehearse as a little youth. And then I used to love it because them used to, for some reason, I fell in love with the Rastafarian culture.
Okay.
I'll do the locks for me head, you know. Lucian, I said, they're Rasta board and enough Rasta. Because I do the things that most Rasta do, where a sense of, me not eat meat, you know, for years upon years now, and, you know, certain things, alcohol and certain things, smoking. Rasta smoke, but me not smoke, you know, and the thing about it, I used to just go and watch them rehearse. And while watching them rehearse, because of their culture, I have a lot of respect for Rastafari, the real Rasta. Them, I not talk no guy with no long hair, and I tell my boy my bad man I with him 10 gun. No, the Rasta man, the original Rasta man, preach love. The Rasta man will say, Irie daughter, enough love empress. The Rasta man show love to female, children, and to him peers as man.
Right.
And them Rasta them I believe in her. Them Rasta them. Then also I used to go to 10th Street. I used to stop at 10th Street on my way home all the while and watch Wilton Hill band rehearsing. That was Wilton Hill was the politician who built the community they call Rima. Rima is actually a part of Trenchtown. But Rima itself is the name for it is Wilton Gardens. And because of Wilton Hill, that's how he got the name Wilton Gardens. He was responsible of that community building. Anyway, back to going to school at Ferncourt. Now I started going to Ferncourt High School and I started messing around the sound system in my grandmother area. I started, you know, just like singing on it. One of the first songs I remember singing was Silly of Me to think that I could ever have you for my God. Still at the song.
Yeah.
And I remember singing that, oh, I love you. And I used to sing that. And I used to sing the song about never seen you looking so lovely as you did tonight. Never see you shine so bright. You know, I used to sing it. Then I ended up on the what they call it now, I ended up on the what they call it, I ended up on the school choir, or the folk choir in primary school, then to high school, because when I went to country, I went to primary school, St. George's Primary. It was called St. George's All Age then. It was an all age school. So I ended up singing on that choir till when I passed the exam. I went to Ferncourt High School. I started going on the groups at Ferncourt, the folk group singing and stuff. And while in school, I remember I used to listen a lot of the cassettes. Back in then, you didn't have videos and stuff. You had the cassettes, like a small but with the cassettes.
Yeah.
I used to listen to Jack Ruby's sound a lot.
Jack Ruby.
And that's a little song in St. Ann called Mellow. And I used to go by Mellow and hold the mic sometime. But Jack Ruby's sound, I used to listen to them religiously. That time you had Brigadier Jerry passing through, but you have Bobby Culture as the bass DJ. So love Bobby Culture vibes. And then you have people, all the singers and everybody, Professor Frisky, all of them on it. And I used to remember just learning from them, from a Bobby Culture, a Brigadier Jerry. Then when Yellow Man came on this, and Johnny Ringo. I used to listen to Lone Ranger too, but Ringo, I used to listen to Ringo a lot. And when Yellow Man came on the scene, I went to a dance. And I stood in the dance as a young man, and I watched Yellow Man in Claremont Market House. He was on Gemini sound at the night. And no matter who hold the mic that night, Ringo, everybody hold the mic that night. I'm going to tell you, Yellow Man tear up the dance tonight. Lift up the dance, and he made a serious dent on my psyche. And I started sitting on. I always used to write poems. I realized now that I could put my poems into music.
Right.
Then the war between Argentina and England. That was a turning point of my life. Argentina and England had a dispute over the Falklands. I wrote my first song, The Falkland Crisis. And that song catapulted me. I used that song to enter the national DJ. I entered the parish level first competition while I was still in Ferncourt. And I think I was in grade 10, yes. And I won the national. Before I went to nationals, I won the parish level. I don't know if you know Michaelos. You know the artist Michaelos?
Of course, yes.
Yes, Michaelos at that time was called Nigga Mikey. And he came second. He came in second as a St. Ann DJ. And I won the title for St. Ann and move on from St. Ann. Then I went to the national finals, where I won the national finals. I guess we lost Sister Mango.
Right. No, she'll be back.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so I went on and I won the national championship in Jamaica. I was the second person in the history of Jamaica to win it. The first person to win it was Yellow Man in its inception. The national DJ competition. Then he won it in 1981. I won it in 1982. Right. And I got a scholarship in music and rhythm at the Jamaica School of Music. And I also got a gold award. And from there, I took on my music seriously. I started recording for various producers.
So Falkland Crisis really did good for you then?
Yes, it did good for me. It basically opened the door for producers to say, come to the studio. Because in those days, let me tell you, an artist had to prove himself on the street before any producer make you come through that studio door. And not like where artists can write 2 tunes and go check a producer and say, I have a bad tune in the morning. No. You have to tear up some dance with a bad tune the first.
Right.
Or to the community stage show and the people that behind and the producer see you as somebody as a viable and feasible entity to invest in.
Yeah.
So that's when the producer will say, okay, meet me at studio or come at the studio, come check me. And when you go to the studio, go check the producer, you can't tell the producer about in them days about you want a paper for science, you want to write stuff, no copyright or nothing. If you ever do that, him no vice, none at all. Mr. Man take out paper already and get producer about science on this song cause boy I'm on the copyright. Producer say, where you say all about? Come out the studio, boy. And when you run you out, you have 10 more artists lined up for going to the studio.
Right.
And that's the reason why people like me
Right.
and a lot more. I hear Barry Salmon said in an interview has never received a royalty statement from anybody until he start doing his own thing.
Right.
And I can tell you, I was one of them who fortunate for join Performing Rights Society of London in 1983.
Right.
I literally have to hide from the producer, them I write and join it. And when we get a song, me registered with them fast, but the producer was saying registered.
Right.
Wonderful.
And it ended up hurting me in many ways because a lot of producers, when they found out what I was doing, they started like shunning me because I saw Jamaican music set up at the time. Even now, because a lot of, let me say this to you, and it's the truth, not just Jamaica, all over, because I know American artists, big American artists over here. I see article where they are suing big companies because of not receiving their royalties. And right now, I'm in the process right now of trying to retrieve a lot of my royalties right now. Even although I was a member of PRS, because PRS is one of the companies right now where me and them at heads about my royalties right now. You understand me? So I'm not going to go into that side of it because certain things I don't want to go into, but what a lot of artists have not seen their due work, and a lot of artists, when them dead and broke and people have to ask, when them die broke and people have to ask, what them do it for them money? They never get the money in the first place. They get the recognition of being an artist. So Bunny Wheeler did say, give him reward. Him no want no award, him want reward. You understand? Because at the end of the day, people, when you don't have anything, people look on you. You know what I said to somebody this just yesterday? Right inside my studio here, I was sitting with a gentleman. I was doing some work for him. And he came in here and we were sitting, and we said to him that, you know, so when a black man fall, the next black man laugh at him and say him worthless, him not have no use, or him give a fee more, or him waste fee more, him squander fee more. When any other race fall, people from that race stretch out them and lift them up. Lift them back up and say, get up, let's keep on going. Because they realize one thing, if we lift up each other, we will forever be stronger. And they say a chain is only as strong as its weakest link. So if your brother weak, arm reach to a point where him buck him to and him a fall, what you don't realize is that you also fall if you allow him to stay down.
Right.
As long as he's willing and he has the willpower to get up, help him to get up, or help your sister to get up. You know, the thing is, a lot of people don't look at it like that. They look and laugh. Him used to have this, him used to have that. Me hear a DJ the other day, I went to a function, me hear an artist, I do a song in him one time, and the crowd, I sing it with him. And I'm like, what a shame. He must say, remember when you used to rich? One time. Remember when you used to have this? One time. Remember when you used to have that? One time. No, you have no, you have no, you look like a this and that and the other. And I'm like, that's the mentality, that's mentality that's hurting us as a people. We always keep looking down at each other when each other fall instead of trying to help to lift up each other. You know, and that's what hurts us as a lot. Mark you, a lot of time, I have had the experiences, a lot of people who have fallen and I've lifted them up, they see one come back and try to push me down.
Yeah.
And I've done things to sabotage, especially my business. I've done things to sabotage me in the worst way possible. I'm telling you. I have had people who cost me thousands of dollars, and I'm not talking of 500 or 10,000. I talk serious money. I talk Jamaican money. I talk US money. You understand me? In my business, because instead of helping me, I look at you and give you a job so you could put food on your table, and you do everything to take my business out of my hand or to take my food off of my table. And I've been through that many times. I've had people who look at me and tell, I've had people in the industry who fall upon them face, don't even have a residence to live.
Yeah.
I bring people out of my house, them in my house. And the person look at me and say, I love you like a brother. And the same person instrumental in trying to bring me down into the ground. But guess what? You say they have good, strong belief. I have faith. I work hard.
Right.
No matter what them try that, it not gonna work.
Yeah.
It might only cause a bump in your life, but then you have to rise. You know, and that's with me. I keep on rising when them do that. We get hit a bump, but it's fly. You know, you lift the bump, you fly over it.
Right.
You lift the bump, go down the road and fly over it and keep moving. You know.
Yeah.
So and that the people who do that to me not gonna stop me from helping other people.
Right.
I will never stop. Yeah, man.
So you've gone through a lot of things, you know, in your life and during your career, you know, to where you are today. I want to take you back to where you said, you know, you signed with PRS, right? Now, where was your, because that wasn't an easy feat in those days, but you were able to pull it off, even though you said you never got certain royalties. But where was your mindset before you signed that contract? Because not everybody was able to have that level of knowledge back then.
All right. I'm going to give you a quick story. Real quick. I don't want to be too long on this point. Because the thing is that so much things happen in my life when if I should talk, next week before I'm done. So let me just stay a short synopsis. Everybody says I should write a book.
I tell you what. Hold on, Papa Biggie, because you had a hit with Falkland Crisis. You're now blowing up, and people wanted you in the studios to do works, right? So just take it from that point, because now you're the man of the moment, and you signed a contract, or you signed with PRS, you know. Take it from there. Where was your mindset at that particular point?
Okay, that's why I'm saying to you what I was gonna say to you. All right. Okay. My mindset basically was that I was gonna achieve what you'd call then all the accolades that music had to offer. You'll get rich. You'll get rich. No, I already went to school already. As I said, I wanted to become a doctor. So I was brilliant in the sense of, all right, the school I went to, Ferncourt, anybody can tell the syllabus at Ferncourt was like university level back in those days. I think even up to now, Ferncourt is one of them schools, like one of them top school in the country area.
Right.
So Ferncourt, when they come to academics, so I can give credence to and basically give Ferncourt the honors for the education they gave to me. You know? And the thing is, it taught me how to deal with business on a certain level, because when I was going to school, when I realized I didn't have the money to go to university or become a doctor, I did accounting. Okay. So I did business and accounting while I was in school. So, and that has come to help me up to this day in my life. You know, so when I started recording for these producers, most of those producers in those days, them have the strong man around them. You know them call the strong man, the bad man them.
Yeah.
And them themselves nobody know. Them have the man them around them where them claim say a bad man or a bad up the artists them.
Right.
Well, you never really get no bad up from a producer, because me didn't know enough people in my life where if it comes to that, me have enough people to step out for my behalf. But I never used that level of my life, but steer from me doing that, because I never want people afraid to work for me. I remember a main producer, a promoter in Jamaica, when I go work on him show the first time, him give me half of the, I go forget half of the money, give me all the money. So I say, why everybody are complaining saying I get all of them, you know, pay artists, or you pay me all of my money? You say, because I want, if you can drive on road and do have to look behind my back, and I want to go to my house at night time. I'm say, me don't know what you talk about. Him say, all right, I know you more than you think I know you. Leave it at that. And he give me all the money, and I felt really bad, because I'm like, come on. I tell you who the promoter is, you would never believe it. And I'm like, this promoter where people look on a different level or said that to me, come on, so right there I realized, how I was situated in the business. So as I said, I do every producer and promoter with respect. And when I did the contract I did sign up with PRS and did all of that, a lot of other youths were doing it also, and I didn't doing it also. Because the promoters the producers actually started to shun a lot of them. And that's why you see they run through so much of the veteran artists and pick up the younger youth them all the time. Right. Because the younger youth, them fresh, them young, them not understand. In those days, them young youth are now, them smart.
Yes.
Them young youth, them smart.
Yeah.
Because they have the tools now, which is social media. They have the computer, the internet now, to guide them. So them decide them not dead broke or live broke like them and them in my time. They make money and them serious about the money. And they make sure the producer still can't tell them if you don't know them are produce fit themselves now.
Right.
So they take out the producer them many times out of by the time a producer draw for them done bust already and start demanding from the producer what them want. Not what producer give them. In my time, hand me down to you, take where you get or you go about your business.
Right. Well, I tell you what, let's move on from that, because if we delve a little bit too deep, it opens a whole new different kind of worms. So let's just move on from that, right? So you had your big hit with Falkland Crisis, and you shared the stage with many prominent individuals like, Brigadier Jerry and so many others. Tell us about
share everybody. Dennis Brown, Greg Isaac, you name them. I've shared stage with all of them from back in those days, John Wall, you name them.
Like? What was the experience like?
It was great, being around them, I'll tell you the truth, I've never have an artist, so I never have a problem, Even Super Cat, you hear people and say, boy, Cat a hard man for deal with. Me and Cat good.
Yeah.
You understand me? They will tell you next, they will say, Josie Wheel, me and Josie Wheel are like brothers.
Right.
Every artist, Master Griffiths, up to last week, Sunday, I was on the phone with Marcia, and me and she talk, I was at my Sunday Martini and me outside, and I say, show up Marcia and talk to her. Me and she will have good reasoning for a little while. People like those me look up to like a mother figure in the business.
Yeah.
A mentor. You understand? Pauline Davis, I like my big sister. Tommy Cowan, I like my second father in the business. Because Tommy Cowan is one of the people that I responsible for me coming back into the music, As I was producing, I produced the Fireball rhythm with Sizzler, Natty King, Yami Bowler, Determined, Luciana, Louis Culture. The officer with me and Josh deal with that with Luton Fire. Josh is from BD Labs. Okay. He's an American, and but him know everything about reggae music and about dancehall, and him play everything. Him play from drums to keyboard to guitar to bass. He play everything. He's one of those persons who's well grounded with the music. So we together we did the Officer Project with me and Michael Rose. The collab with me and Michael Rose, which I wrote the song Choices that Luciana did on that album. I wrote that song too, because I write also. Right. So then you have people on this like Luton Fire, Louis Culture, you have, I think, Mighty Mystic on that, on the rhythm too. So the thing about it is that, and Mighty Mystic are the brother of the Jamaica Prime Minister. Yep. So I've collaborated and did projects like that. I've done single projects where I've worked on the Voices album, with Hidden Voices album where I had on it. I have Louis Culture on it to add Anthony B. I have produced Anthony B, Louis Culture, I produced Triller You, there's so many artists that I produced songs with Frankie Paul. Right. There's so much of them I've done production with. So I was just doing production in the background for years and not up front doing any music myself. Right. Then I started 2 years ago.
Yeah.
That was 2024, coming into Christmas time, December. I remember I was having a conversation with Tommy Cowan. And he said to me, Papa Biggy, because we are always in touch and we're always talking, he said to me, why you stop recording and putting out your songs? You're a good writer. And are you going to wait until you go to, because I have a song that I'd written and I'd wanted, because that time Tommy Cowan's son was doing the booking and stuff for Jimmy Cliff.
Right.
And I wanted Jimmy Cliff to do the song because I wrote the song specifically for Jimmy Cliff.
Okay.
You know, a song where I said, I could even play it on here. The song where I said basically, you know, I love to see the beautiful color of your eyes. So why in my shade you so despise? When we were equally created, spiritually related, so love should be so love is anticipated. But now this world is upside down, no longer solid ground. But if we all stand together, we could turn it around.
What's the name of that song?
It's called Truth Serum, but it has not released yet.
Okay.
You know, Truth Serum, you know. So songs like those, I register them, but they're not released yet.
Right.
Okay.
So yeah, I copyright the rights to the lyrics and stuff and the melody. You know? So the thing is, my thing is, I was talking to Tommy Cowan and he said to me, Papa Biggy, are you gonna go? He said, when you look at the graveyards, there are too many talents in the graveyard. Are you gonna take yours to the graveyard, or are you gonna make people hear what you have inside of you? Because I keep singing these and DJing these songs to him and not putting them out. And he was like, hey, brother, at time if you start put out the thing, them in a man, what you, man? So what I did, I started, Sharon, big up yourself, my sister, my real sister, that Sharon. Yeah, man. Sharon Malcolm, man, real sister, I love her to death. You know, we don't but I'm a sister, that, you know.
Right. Well, let me just take you back slightly. Let me just ask you a question. Why did you slow down in the first place?
All right, my children. I remember I came abroad and I was abroad. I was still living in Jamaica, and anybody know me because of the disconnect between my father, myself, and my mother. I have that thing where I decided my children will tell you, Daddy never leave us yet alone. I have 6 of them. I love them with all my heart and also my soul. I'm not gonna lie. I love my children, and I can understand. I see other artists saying this and that about children, but I can't go around. I could not honestly within myself after seeing what happened in my life, the burden that my grandmother had to bear, where she shouldn't have to bear that burden. My biological parents should have had the chance to bear that burden, but life sometimes go in different directions. As I said, I'm not going to knock them. You know, they try to look better life elsewhere, and you know, so you know, along the line there was a disconnect. Anyway, my children started complaining. I remember I went back home to Jamaica after being abroad for about, I'm wondering if it was here in the US. Yes, it was in the US here. I was here for like 3 months, and I went back home, and my son, my oldest son, Courtney Jr., because my name is Courtney. My Courtney Jr., so we call him Junior. Him come and him hold my hand. Because my children are very hands-on when they come to me. They hug me, them kiss me, them punch me, anything of my children. That's how we live. Because from my children, them small, I take them go in a bathroom with them, and them a bathe with me, and I bathe them and call them mother and say, come for them, come take them. So my son came and he put his hands on my face like this, and he said, Daddy, I know you are Daddy, but you don't look like Daddy. Why you have to stay so long when you go away? And he pointed out something to you. He said, I know Daddy, that every time you come you bring ties to it. But who are Daddy? My son said that to me. He was only about 6 years old or 7 when my son held my face and said that to me. I said, you know, every time I go and come back, we bring ties. But you know what ties are Daddy what? Yeah, man, come you scare them, go stew them everywhere with me. You scare them, go stew them everywhere. Because they grew up like twins, you know. Actually, unfortunately, sadly, one of those two sons, which is my two first kids, one passed away in 2014 by drowning in Connecticut here.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Yeah, he was 27. He was 27, yeah. He was 27, married and everything. You know, had life in front of him, his whole life ahead of him, hard work, everything. The police said he fell asleep around the wheel and went through the guardrail. So he ended up drowning. Yeah. He was actually coming from work. The police said deemed it accidental drowning, you know? He had crashed. Yeah, but he drowned. Anyway.
Wow.
Yeah, that was the final thing they told me, you know? You know, there are a couple parts of the puzzle that kind of still puzzle me up to this day. Because even when we couldn't find him and we went to the police and asking, nobody said they had found his car. You know?
Yeah.
And in those times was the same time when the whole Trevor Martin thing was going on, and my attorney, I was going to pursue down a certain road, and my attorney said, you know what? You don't want the rest of kids to become a target. Step back, you know? It's not the time for it. And I'd already lost my son. Nothing is going to bring him back. So I didn't want to dig up any wounds or anything, and, you know, put his siblings, which are my other children, through any, you know? Or put them under the scope in any way. So I said, you know, let me just leave it alone. You know, because a lot of people said to me that you need to go further with this. And I'm like, going further, putting my other 5 children under the microscope. And I didn't want to do that. You know, I lost one already. I couldn't take losing another one. You know, I'd rather them bury me more than me have to bury one of them, one more. You understand me? I already bury one is too much. One is enough and too much. You know, so, you know, I remember the last time I spoke to my son, and my son was like there, so before, and it was right here in the studio. He was sitting, you know, and, you know, we were talking. We had a good talk, you know. I remember we went to buy the kitchen island in my kitchen. We went to purchase it and to deal with the people with it for it to come here. And we went, me and him, and the snow was falling so hard that the winds had closed down the highways. And I have a SUV at the time. Well, I still have a SUV. I have a different one now. And the windshield wiper had ended up stuck in because the ice was coming down so fast.
Right.
And you understand me? And he had to open the window of the vehicle and use the window scraper to scrape while I'm driving on the highway. So we could see to get back home. You know, because he had lived at his house and but he came here to help me. You know, and we were talking, you know, and, you know, we were laughing, you know, one of the things we were laughing about is we were stopped at this Subway sandwich place to buy a sandwich. And this lady came in a fishnet stuck in the middle of winter. A old lady, she driving a Mercedes, look like it just come off of the lot, brand new. And she just come out in a cowboy boots and fishnet stocking and a vest like a cowboy. And everybody in the place looking at her like, are you serious? The place is so cold. And when me and my son left, we couldn't laugh inside here because we didn't want to be disrespectful. We were laughing so bad about the whole, you know, how she was dressed. Not at her, but also dressing, you know. It was a white lady, a Caucasian lady, you know. So it's just one of those fun moments. So it's just life, you know. But, you know, as I said, you know, that's one of the main reasons why I took time out of the music. I started business. I actually went into business in 1987. I started my first business in order to be able to feed my family and to take enough time from off the street to spend quality time with my family, you know?
Right.
I wanted to spend that quality time, yeah.
That's a
and
beautiful.
you created you built your own studio.
Yeah, man, definitely. Actually, this is a small studio. I actually stepped down because of a whole lot of little things. You know, sometimes I say my own people can be not so nice. You know, I had a bigger studio, you know, a big studio where I had like the whole thing, the lounge room, drum room, everything in the building, the bathroom, everything there. And I end up selling that property because of, you know, it's like, as I said, my own people can be, you know,
Yeah.
It reached to the point where people were coming there wanting to pull guns on each other, not wanting, they actually did it, guns on each other, you know, and I had tenants on the building and all that type of stuff. And I couldn't afford for people to get hurt and my, you know, and insurance, you know, and all that type of thing, you know, so kids were, you know, on the building, you know, and you have, you know, it was too much going on.
Yeah.
You know, at that time, and I think it was just time to move on from there. So I sold that property and move on from there. So this studio I have now is my personal studio, my home, you know, and I choose who comes in or who goes out, and I don't invite a lot of people here because this is where I live.
Right.
And if I live here, I can't have too much people run. My home is my sanctuary, and with all due respect, I choose not to have a lot of people running in and out of my home. And my wife is a private person. She's not somebody that's out there, because we're speaking right now, and my wife, she's educated, what they call it, education driven.
Okay.
So right now she's actually no, she's not in class today. I think she's doing homework right now. Or school, she's doing some schoolwork or stuff like that. She's a lady with her degrees and her multiple degrees and all kind of thing. And her story and my story is a crazy story. She's actually my second wife, so to speak, not my kid's mother.
Right.
But her story go back where we met when she was only like 12, 13 years old in Jamaica, not knowing that I would come back in America and meet the same lady. And not even, she didn't know it was me, I didn't know it was her.
Right.
I went back at a service, we were going to go service a vehicle. I'm servicing, she was there first, I went there. And I thought she was African because it was an African garage.
Right.
Okay.
And we started talking, and we became, for long story short, we became friends over a period of time. You know, she would come by the studio, my other studio at that place, look, come see me, yell me up, and we talk. And you know, a couple years later, we started dating, not still knowing that we had met when we were young.
Right.
Then she actually, before we started dating, actually, she called her, no, when we just started about to date, she called her aunt in Jamaica, talking to her aunt, and said, you know, she dating this person, and blah, blah, blah. I never tell her nothing about Native Valley Garden. Me come from Portmore, because I have a house in Portmore, my home.
Right.
That's where I was living. So I'm telling her about Portmore all this time. We're not talking about Native Valley Garden, because Native Valley Garden scare a lot of people and say, hear the name.
Yeah.
For real.
Don't say you're a bad man. And as we tell everybody, I'm no bad man.
Right.
You understand me? I'm not bear them type of name there. You see me? So anyway, me is just a man. Period. No bad man. Just a man. Anyway, she sent a picture. She sent a picture of me go show her auntie. Her auntie said to her, so the same man who used to drive the black car where you always ask about him that you're married to.
Wow.
She went to Jamaica asking about me and not knowing that I'm the same person that she meet back here. Because I met her just casually as a little girl, come up to me and just talk to me. I would just talk. And she brave enough to just come up to me and just talk, ask me a few questions. Just honest little, what they call it now, just regular little questions. Hey, how are you? Blah, blah, blah. And we just had a conversation because she was actually at a park. There's a cook shop beside the park. So I go to the cook shop and wait for my food to leave. But they have the long line. Every day I fill up a cook shop, be a long line. So I'm waiting, sitting down at the railing at the park. And the little girl over there, they're all playing kids. So from time to time, different kids would come over to me, ask me questions about my car, or hear some deal music, them want to know if me ever go up foreign yet. As, you know, children stay.
Yeah.
And she just came over, just asking me innocently a couple of questions. I answered her kindly. She went away, but I made an impression on her. By the way, I answered her because first, I'm just going to say something here. I witnessed an artist, I'm not going to call his name. They were filming a video in Jamaica with artists from abroad here, and I was at the filming. And a little schoolgirl came up to an artist. He had the #1 song in Jamaica at the time. And the little girl said to him that, hey, she and her friend are excited. Hey, is your name so-and-so? You look like so-and-so from the video on the TV. And the artist said, come out of my face, move for yourself. I'm like, what? The little kid was in her school uniform. She and her friend. And when me hear the artist talk to me, but because of his arrogance, I know that it's going to cause a problem with me and him. I refuse to say anything to him because in truth and in fact, I wanted to say something to him. I asked him to apologize to them. But then I know that because of him arrogance, him feel as if he will be in a position to disrespect me. And then he would be the first artist who would have to make an example out of, and I did not want that. Because then he would see a different side of me that he didn't know.
Right.
And I didn't want to go to that. And I say, you know, I'm going to leave it alone. But he was very disrespectful to the kids, you know. You know, so I guess because of my respect and how I answered the young lady, that the young lady was that impression on her that when she came abroad, she keep coming back to the community because my ex-wife is, my wife actually, is from Senton. So, but she had, her great-grandmother was one of the first persons to get a key to open one of the buildings when Tivoli Gardens was built. So she has a deep history of her family line in Tivoli Gardens, but her mother went to live in Senton and never there. So she was born and raised in Senton, you know. So, yeah, and then she came back. She came to Kingston. Actually, when she met me, she was actually coming to, she was there to pick up her paperwork to come to America.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because her parents, her father had filed for her and she was supposed to come here. So she was there with her aunt going to the embassy and stuff. So that's how she was in Kingston. So she came to me and, you know, asked me a few questions a day and we talked, you know, for a little while, you know, because she had, you know, we had a little conversation to talk innocently and turn around years now later, I met her back in 2006 here. Yep. And we became friends and then, see, we've been married for years now, you know.
Right. Congratulations.
Yeah, man, thanks, you know.
Listen,
I can tell you, she's a very good friend, not just a wife, but a very good friend, you know.
Yeah.
And somebody that believes in my dream and my vision, you know.
That's important, yes.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Right.
Well, I tell you what, there's so much to you know speak about, especially where your career is concerned. But I do want to play a song before we get out of here. We may have to do a part 2.
Sham, you did tell you that already, right?
Boy, may I tell you.
Yeah, man, Sham, you did tell you. The thing about it is that if I'm going to do an interview, I don't look at it as an interview. I look at it as a reasoning. Yeah, because if I'm just going to be rigid and just answer, I could just easily, because it's simple to do that. You ask me a question, but just answer a simple question, a simple answer. Then the fans are not going to be left with the type of food or nourishment of the soul or brain that they should have got to know you intimately.
Right.
They're just looking at you then as an artist. I don't want anybody to look at me just as an artist. I want to look at me as a human being. A lot of people don't understand. That's why the reason why people are so connected to Vibes Cartel. Yeah. Because Cartel show people the inside of life.
Yeah.
And unless you're willing to show people the inside of their life.
Yeah.
And as much as Ninja Man, they're prison right now, Ninja Man is the same type of person. Yeah, man. Ninja now means him word and him ready to talk, man. But they have some artists clam up because my grandmother taught me this. I'm just going to say this quick and let you play. My grandmother taught me this when I was a young kid. She said to me, because my brother is the type of person, he doesn't speak. My brother is very silent. And my grandmother used to box him by the mouth and say, talk up, boy, talk up. And hold up your face and look in people's face when you're talking to them. Do not hold on your head. So she used to teach me that also, not to hold my head down when I'm speaking to anybody. And I'm supposed to hold my head. And she said, speak proudly. Let them say I chat too much. Because she said, Daddy Marcus taught her that. The greatest damage could ever be done to the black race is when we adopt the words of our oppressors saying we talk too much because they did not want us to communicate with each other.
Right.
And because of that, bad things happen in the black community and we don't talk about it, we suppress it. And when it gets out of control, then we start crying. No, you have to speak up. If you see your brother doing something wrong, talk to him. There must be somebody in the community must can talk to him.
Yeah.
You understand me? So,
Absolutely.
and that has festered into what you see is going on with the young youths right now. With the young youth, them look upon it, say, well, boy, yeah, you not chat to that boy, they not chat to that girl. And no, we need to start being friends again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, I tell you what, we're going to play a song, one of your songs before we leave the building. And one of those songs is with you and Michael Rose. Talk to me about Officer.
All right, do you want me to talk to you first or you want to play it first? Which one?
Talk to me about Officer and then we'll play it. And then we'll
Okay,
continue with
all
it.
right. Officer is all right. You know, when you grow up in the inner city, you see a lot of things in the inner city. And I think some of the officers, I'm first I have to say this. This is my disclaimer. I am not anti-police because no country or no establishment can run without law and order. Even in their own house, you have to have law and order. Because the children will start left out from them at 8, 10-year-old, go through the door and do anything and come because them like. You have to set rules and balances. Checks and balances have to be there. And the police, I've noticed that ever since I was growing up, some of the police that pressure the very communities that they're from, that pressure some of these communities, especially in the inner city, and the poorer class communities are cops who were actually born and raised there.
Yeah.
And it hurt my heart to see them deep because they're the ones that should actually build that bridge between the community and the force.
Absolutely.
And make the people see that they are there to protect them, not to be an agent of anarchy among them. Now, in saying that, we have some real good police in the forces, whether Jamaica, America, wherever it is, you always going to find good police because this is not the job, you know. Make who they are, you know. It's the person who they are initially that will impact what the job actually offers. Because if them going there with ill intentions and malice to people, then they're going to see it play out by them brutalize people.
Of course.
But if they're going there with an intention, say, I'm going to serve and protect, they're going to and be honest about my job, that's what they're going to do. So you're going to have a lot of bad apples, but 90% of any police force, whether Jamaica, any whatever country, 90% of them going there with good intentions and all of those good intentions.
Right, 90% is a high number, boy. May I tell you? I wouldn't go so high.
Why you say that?
Because, boy, there's everything I see, especially in jail. Let's just keep it specific to Jamaica, you know, just the way in which they treat, you know, they and I get there's some unruly people around, right? But man,
all right, can I say something to you? I'm going to rebut that. Just a minute, I'm going to rebut that. I'm going to say to you. A teacher of mine came to my office on King Street, and I had my office on King Street in Kingston.
Yeah.
His name is Bailey, and he took a marker and he made a dot on the wall. And he said to me, "What do you see on the wall?" I said, "I see the dot." He said, "Courtney, I taught you in school at Ferncourt. Tell me, what did you see on the wall?" I said, he said, "What do you see on the wall?" I said, "A dot." The dot you just make with the marker, Mr. Bailey. And he asked me that question for at least 5 minutes. And he waited for an answer, And every time I asked him, tell him the same thing. You know what he said to me? He said, "Look on the big pretty wall, you don't see it. But you don't see the dot alone." Him said, anything with bad in a life, that's what people going to see. The bad, they're not going to see the good. So you have a whole lot of police out there doing good. But guess what? Because the little bad one, them, when they come into the picture, what it does, it makes it seem as if they are the majority. Because that's all we can see, because that's what is all being polarized in the newspapers and in the media. No, them one, they know, we have some rogue, we disrespect people and disrespect the youth, them and them thing there.
Yeah.
You understand me? Them become like a sore. So it's like if no matter what the rest of your foot is a nice foot, the part where stand out most, where you have the sore by your toe.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So that's the problem.
Yeah.
So now what I see is going on, and I see in Jamaica now, is that it has been the government and the police force has been trying to change the narrative by setting up community divisions within the force there.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? The damage that has been done over the past 30, 40 years is so deep. It's gonna take an act of God for the people start trusting back police at Jamaica.
What?
Yes. You're gonna take the act of God for that. Because although them agree, now you have some unscrupulous criminal that join in. You understand me? And you can't tell some a criminal because if you want to have no criminal record, even if you make criminal intent in their mind, you can't see in their mind.
Right.
It's when they join it because then you're gonna see it. So it's always gonna be a struggle, and that is every. All right, let me say this to you about officer. There's a guy called Dr. Zapata from Ginger City in Uganda.
Right.
He sent me a message, and he made it publicly because it's on Instagram, Facebook, and it's on my page also, and TikTok also.
Right.
Where he said, Papa Biggie music, I'm in love with Papa Biggie's music. Especially the song called Officer. Because on January 15th this year in Uganda, they had an election, general election. And he said usually when they have general election in Uganda, the police was always the ones backing the government, and they would go around and basically, if people have gatherings, they would brutalize the people, you know?
Yeah.
And so the people look at the police not as the defender, they look at them, or a protector, they look at them as an occupying force.
Yeah.
Who brings anarchy to their communities. And he said, my song being played on the radio and the people start singing the song. When the police come to harass them, the whole crowd starts singing the song, Officer, remember where you come from. Because a lot of them were from the same neighborhoods. And he said, because of that, is the first in the history of Uganda that they have seen an election so peaceful, because people were using the song to speak to the officers. Officer, remember where you come, and playing it, let them hear it too. Officer, where you come from. So, but for that alone, to me, it means more than $1 million, because what it has done, it has actually saved lives then.
Of course.
Yeah.
Made a difference. It resonated.
And I have the proof online to show anybody, say, here, I didn't say it. I've never been to Uganda. This is the man who said it.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, let's play that particular song, and so that we're clear, we can play that song on this show, right?
Yeah, man. Definitely, man. Definitely.
Good. And my second question is, you wrote that song, right?
Yeah, man. I wrote all of it.
You're one prolific writer, isn't it?
You know, like, hear some songs I'm right.
Listen, I got a barrage of your
I've written
music.
all my songs. I've written all my songs.
Yeah. Well, let's play that particular song. It's called Officer, written by Papa Biggie, and it features Michael Rose. Take a listen to this.
RB Radio Podcast.
Again, you forget to see about where you come from, brethren. Yet you have amnesia. Oh, you deal the people them so, oh, you treat the youth them so star. Michael Rose alongside Papa Biggie. And the one who don't sit over Rwanda. We used to share one finger banana, play cricket and skimmage from the corner. Then why you want to violate the youth them from on ya?
Say, officer, remember where you were come from. Stand up, boy. I mean, say, officer, remember where you they come from. Stinging on your boy.
We used to fly kite together and race boat skate. Now you start this, the youth them from your graduate. Hide from mama, go dance at night time. But from you get your uniform, now you cross the line. Your job is to protect and uphold the law. Your simple argument, you come broke me jaw. We get the days when we used to work and stress. No room I make you call my person of interest.
Big tune by Papa Biggie. Bear with me a second. Let me just get everybody back on the screen. Yes, big tune, Papa Biggie.
Yeah, man. Thanks a lot, you know?
Yes, sir. Yes,
now,
sir.
are there other cuts on that particular rhythm?
Yes, there are other cuts on it. You have Luciana with a song called Choices. I wrote that also.
Right.
And then
and
you
who's the producer?
have Loot and Fire on it. You have Low Culture on it. You have Mighty Mystic on it. You have I'm trying to remember everyone that's on it, you know. So,
Right,
you know.
right.
And who produced that track? Who
It's a collaboration between myself and BD Labs.
Okay.
Joshua Wilby, BD
Okay.
Labs.
Right. Papa Biggie, we're gonna have to bring you back another time, you know.
Yeah, man. Without due respect, I wanted to say something before you go any further. Before you close me out, I want to say something. I have something that's coming out soon, in a few days, so I can at least on your program be the first person. I hope. I don't know if it could be heard.
Yes, sir. Exclusive.
Exclusive. Your program, the first program. It's a on.
Yes.
Yeah, let me go. Let me put in my password on my computer and I'm just
bless up Hugh Gray. Hugh Gray, thanks for being here. And I want to bless anybody else who's just joined us. I can see Frederica Tibbs, bless up yourself. Anybody else who's on the outside who's just joined us, bless up yourself. If you would do us the honor of just like,
all right,
sharing,
so just everyone out there listening, this is the first. It has been played on the here. Actually, it's been currently mixed and mastered right now. So you're getting it even before it mix and master. So listen it. If you can, I hope you guys can hear it. Yo, Stephen G, that's a Papa Biggie. Don't put a gun. Never know what we have to do. So hold you and let them have to do. This I wanna feel it growing on 6 feet. Well, the things that the face get left with. You build the bridge cross over the valley, so you and your friend can ride and tally up. We are the food, we are this against sparking champagne, vintage red wine. Yes, true perfection, mature with time. Stop criticizing and fall in line. This I wanna feel it growing on 6 feet. Well, the things that the face get left with. See when that people man put on our clothes. Manicure feet, God, pedicure toes. The money like felt and it cashmere suit. Man side face and the judgment too. Don't look. Welcome to class now, where is your book? You enter the kitchen, I hope you can cook. Film song of half of the passion. You know, see my mama and papa ban. This I wanna be the grown and sexy. Where them things say the tears still left way. This I wanna be the grown and sexy. Where them things say the tears still left way. That we never cross the lane and you trespassing up to me. Girl, you hike up wheel and want take where we go. Tell them all you put them on fire me. Well, don't put can't retire we. Stretch up besides a confusion. Somebody round ya all living a illusion. Them say take a seat and come to sit down. But me one time old and me 2 times young. Twice a man, twice a child. Get them really give them your come to this time. This I wanna be the grown and sweet sweet. Don't think say the taste they left with. This I wanna be the grown. Yeah, man. So
well, that sounded like Tiger in like a
yes, was that Tiger in there too?
Yeah.
Was Tiger in there and on the track too?
No, that's Ayatunde. Ayatunde. He used to spar Lucian, I got named Baba Tunde.
Okay.
Ayatunde. Yeah, him that attack like that.
So the rhythm, yes, DJ Maestro.
So Elan Gully ride the rhythm. So that's what I'm saying. Them keep the young. I notice on the Elan Gully ride rhythm now. A few young people are jump on it. So me I say, come on. And them say we still have to pay them business, you know. Because them said, if we put out a song and you put out on a trap rhythm, a old boy I come put out trap on a old girl I come put out trap on, I come jump on modern rhythm. So what I'm saying to them, no tree can survive without the roots.
Yeah.
You know? So right now, them realize say trapper slow down. So guess what? Stephen Genius, a real genius, you know, he just find back a gear and say, watch out, hear this. And then put that out there. So he put out there, everybody jump on it now because guess what happened now? But guess what happened now? When them realize our lane them coming up.
Exactly.
For real.
They know them not our lane. So that's why I'm saying. That's why in the song, because basically that's what the song saying. The song saying, we build the bridge over the valley so you and your friend them can ride and dally. So before that, even the song I put out to start with last year when I just started, I started with a song saying new generation, I respect the youths. But the tree can't survive without the roots. The house of dancehall built on a foundation to play more rubber dub on the radio station. Select a come a dance and a trap out balance, but you not play the rubber dub tune at the dance. Respect the veteran who passed and gone. Salute to the one who still a tread. Who brought the stone who paved the gravel for the big pretty road when we are travel, you know?
Yeah. Yes,
Them kind of lyrics them need. Trust me.
Right. Exactly.
But a lot of, let me say this to you, then the youths them need it, but the lyrics is only as potent and as good as the people playing it. Because the people who are supposed to be, all right, I can do my work, no matter how much work me do, no matter how much promotion me do. If people like yourself and like-minded people don't take my music and make the public hear it, I can't make everybody hear my song from where I'm at or from my platform. Because everybody, I only have so much, you have billions of people in the world. I only have but so much fans.
Yeah.
And even to get my fan base to go up is a struggle. Because from a person look on you and say, oh, him did a friend of the 80s. They're like, oh, him wash up, him now do this. They don't take time to listen to what I'm saying. They don't take time to look at my work that I'm doing. They don't take time to look at my work ethics. No. Them just judge me by the age and by how long me I do it. But what they don't understand, like I say in this song, I'm like the moon that is always shining. Me say me like the moon where I'm like the moon where always a shine. I'm like the vintage champagne. The one, and I'm like also the fine wine. You understand me? So take a seat or just stand in line. You understand? But this one for the grown and sexy. And this one, big up all the people them over 50. So this one for the grown and sexy. the ones that with them things that the PS left with, well, the PS never left with, you know? You understand? You know, you ever say, you ever see when a big woman put on her clothes, manicure fingers and pedicure toes?
That's
This is the part you'll get them now. I say, the man in a brand new felt and him cashmere suit. Yeah, you hear me? And and him pants at the upper him waist, him pants the upper him waist, and then him Jardre boots. Nobody know about Jardre boots. And if you go online, they would have said Jardre about one of the most expensive dress shoes.
Right.
For real.
You must know that in a 10-star because of British shoes, you know that?
Yes.
Jardre is a good old British boot. It's strong shoes.
Strong, what?
Yeah, man.
Papa Biggie, we're gonna have to let you go as much as we want to keep on going.
Man, love and respect my brother and my sister, you know.
Yes, sir.
Thanks a lot for the reason. As I said, the interview, the reasoning. So if anybody expects it, come ask me 2 questions, I'm just say, you ask me, say, where's the rock? I'm say, over there, so I'm done talk. I'm move on. People have to get to know me, and my legacy have to be where people can learn who I am, my journey. You understand me? And where it's coming from and where I'm at the moment, you know. So, as I said, I know you signed up, but I'm on social media. You know, if you want, I could just tell everybody where to find me.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Please do. Go ahead.
Yes, I'm on Instagram. My name is spelled Papabiggy, Papa Biggy. Alan, big up yourself. Sister Jem. My thing is that I am the person where I'm on Threads, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm on TikTok. So I'm everywhere. And they could just Google me. You understand me? And my email again is originalpapabiggy@gmail.com. Just put the word original, then my name Papa Biggy, and then @gmail.com. That's my official email address. You understand? You contact me there, send me any messages, you know, and I will get back to you all. So thank you so much, 10-star and Sister Mongo. I really do enjoy this afternoon with you guys, and you know, enough love and respect and honor, and you don't know, it's a pleasure. And anytime you're ready again, man, just call upon man, and I'll be there.
All right, we love that. With the exclusive, you have to come back with the exclusive when it drops.
Yeah, man, definitely. You know, I'm gonna drop it within a week, you know.
All right.
Well, thanks for being on the show. You know, as per usual, we don't do interviews here. We do conversation. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, man, definitely.
we love it like that. And you know, you really highlight the name of this show, which is Up Close and Personal. You gave us an up close personal view or look into your life, you know, and you're a testament to your own greatness, you know, because you come across so many borders in your own life.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, definitely.
I know of that we haven't even spoken about.
Right.
So we say we salute you, you know. So we're going to play another song before we get out of here. But I do want to make our viewers aware of this radio. I'm going to let Sharon talk about this just for a few seconds. Go ahead, Sharon.
Yes. Please, people, please, all who's logged in, remember to log in every week for loversrockradio.com. That's www.loversrockradio.com with the most amazing DJs on there. DJ Maestro, Lady Lloyd, DJ Selector, Mr. Milton, and many, many, many more. So please keep it locked every week. In the weekday, Fridays, DJ Maestro, Mr. Milton, Lady Lloyd, and Selector, my Selector, every week.
Yep.
Big up.
Yep. They're going to be on the show they're always on the show every weekend, they, Sharon. So
they're always on the show every week. So please support. Tell a friend and tell our next friend, and tell your mother and your father and everybody out there. Loversrockradio.com.
Also, next week, Saturday, it's going to be a busy day for Ambelique and myself and Sharon. But we're going to be here. We're going to try and iron out this show with Ambelique, this man right here.
Yes.
He's going to be on the show on Saturday, which is the 16th.
That's right.
Of May. So join us if you can between the hours. If you're in America, well, places like New York, Florida, the Eastern Coast, I guess they call that, it's going to be 11 a.m. If you're in Jamaica, 10 a.m. If you're in the UK, it's going to be 4 p.m. Okay, so join us next week, Saturday. We can't leave without playing a track by Papa Biggy. He's going to see us out of the room. And Papa Biggy, salute, sir.
Yeah, man, blessings, enough love and respect, you know?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man, so enough love, sis, enough love and respect, you know?
Blessings, blessings. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Thank you.
And thanks for having me, and thanks for everyone that who logged in, and thanks to everyone in Radio Land who's listening, you know, and everyone online who is listening also, you know?
Did you guys know that Papa Biggy was on Rubber Dub Thursday in Jamaica? Mash up the place. Not true, Papa.
We do my thing, you know? We do my thing, you know? Put in the work, put in some work, you know?
Let's play that and we're going to get out of here. Ladies and gents, we'll be back next week.
RB Radio Podcast.
Yeah. So I said tell the crown, all of the people them from way back when you know them thing, yeah. Who know about the crown and come on out there at the gate. Who know about the man who are roast the corn. Yeah, you understand? Now I said tell the crown and come on to beat me up the road. Bring the damn me no one, break the loady board. Tell the jelly man, say the dance overload. Rewind the selector, come again and reload. From the kid of the rush of time, the clock's booting. The gold mode pants and the knit scans in. The weatherman cap and the old dungaree. Before Ryan King and Alozie did come out. When man used to clutch in them Sputnik stout. The Dan used to muggle gold teeth in a boat. Before them they smack a 3 mile roundabout. Before Passa and Dirty Friday. Before Hot Monday, before Bembe. Ring thing and where it's at used to run Saturday. Before Papa Biggy did a top microphone. And Jawais did a play pan tip a tone. Before satellite dish and cellular phone. Before Yellow Man did lose him jawbone. So pull it! Hey!
Yes.
Well, all I can say is slide.
I say.